Zion, Seder Havidu B'Mincha V'Erev Yom Kippurim. Now we know that there's a Vidu is said in every Shemon Esrei during Yom Kippur. So we also say it before we say it by Mincha, and then again we say it before the night, before Kol Nidre. We say it also. So that's what we're going to talk about in this minute. You talk also in general about what you say in the Vidu. She says that Kiva Shem Kippurim Hu Yom HaSlicha V'Kapara. K'mar Shekosa, the Pasuk says Kiva Yom Hazeh Yechaper. So you see that has to do with Kapara. V'Ficha Tzara Kol Adam She'izvada Al Chatov. You have to do Vidu. Vidu means a confession. Why is it? Because Kematzino B'Kol Kabonis Haboim L'Chaper. All the Kabonis came to be Mechaper on a Veda. Show you, but Sopik Aveda, but Shenema Vizvadu Es Chatos Moshe also. So just like over there we find that they have to have Vidu, the same thing over here also, before Yom Kippur, which is the Inyan of Kapara, you have to have Vidu. Umitzvahs Vidu min adin, hu baschol zman kapara. Really, the Vidu should be when, that means at night. Yom Kippur starts at night, so that's when the Vidu should be. The Hainu, that means Mishatech Shach Yom Kippurim, when the day of Yom Kippur becomes dark. In other words, Vayera Vayivoka Yom Echad, we know that the day starts from the dark part. So that's one, you should have the Vidu. Elo, but the problem is, Shechosh Chacham, the Chacham were concerned, Shema Yerev Devaka Takolish Shipres, Ukyotzebay, the Sudam of Sekas. You have to eat a special meal before Yom Kippur, so maybe a person, something may happen to during the meal. So if it happens by then, he'll sleep through the night of Yom Kippur. He'll end up not going to shul even Yom Kippur. So maybe come to see the time to do the Vidu is the beginning of Yom Kippur. And at the beginning of Yom Kippur, he'll be sleeping because of some difficulty that he had. So therefore, which is in the evening, they instituted before the Sudam of Sekat. However, he says, still we said that the right time to the Vidu is at the beginning of Yom Kippur. So therefore he says, V'alpa pi she'izvada b'mincha, even if he said Achet by Mincha, Sorach Lachza l'izvadas ba'arvus. You have to do it again. Shehi, or that is, Aschol Zman HaKapara. V'hu Ika Zman HaVidu Shehi Kippurim. The main time for Vidu on Yom Kippur is that time when Yom Kippur starts. And then he goes on to say, V'yapa Pisha is Vada Avos, Chayzim is Vada B'tfil Shachas. Every Shemon Esrei, at the end of Shemon Esrei, we say Achet. Why? Shema Ira L'dvar Aveda, Achra Vidu Shel Avos. Maybe it's talking Yom Kippur and everything, but maybe he did something wrong. Umitam Zeh, Utzara Lachza L'zvadas B'musaf. You have to give the kids over. Come on, kids, come on. You give this one also. No? Okay. So that's why by every tefillah you have the Vidu, because maybe something happened in between. So, when it comes to this reason, Utzara Gaza was Vada is the Musaf.
Maybe you told somebody.
Ubemincha, Ubenila. Why? Shema Ida Leidvar Avela Bechol Hayim during the day. Maybe he did some Aveda. Sheyem Kippur Mechaper at Seit Chachrecha. In Kippur is Mechaper till at night. In other words, even if you did something wrong, it's not only what you did up to Yom Kippur, but to what you did till the end of Yom Kippur is Mechaper.
Is that the reason why we say Tachlon every day, like 2 times? Because every day, every second, we get, maybe someone did another beta?
Yeah.
Well, we say Slach Lanu 3 times a day.
We say Slach Lanu.
Question is why you say Slach Lanu after Yom Kippur. I admire why you say Slach Lanu.
The Emma says there's another reason also. Besides what he says over here, maybe he did an Aveda. But there's a vote from the Rebbe, the Friedrich Rebbe. But the Friedrich Rebbe asked the Rebbe Rashab by Motzei Yom Kippur, he says, yes, was is yes? He said, yes, of Esh Shubaton. The question, what does it mean, yes, of Esh Shubaton? The whole day, you must have with Shuvah. And the whole day, because you kept saying Vidul, because maybe you did something wrong. So what's Pastor sagen, Yezom and Shuvah, Yezom Esh Shuvaton? So the answer that the way Hasidim explain it, that it means to say that there's certain things that Moshe will say, like the Gemara says, by when you have to pay for boishes, Tsar Ripu Shabbat. So Tsar Ripu, that pain is the same. Everyone feels the same pain. Everyone has the same medical expenses.
Boishes.
But boishes, so the most hakofiyam mevayish from his bayish. In other words, it's different, all different levels. And the same thing is also by an Aveda. By an Aveda, there's a difference who does the Aveda. Not only is it much wrong to do a certain thing, but someone that's a more chashuv person, it's more tiny against him, like someone's running for office. They dug up something that he once did. What? Who cares about it? Who cares it? You want to be better. If you want to be better, so you have to prove your record that you're better. So Kum Toysel he said that Moshe, let's say someone did an Aveda before Yom Kippur, and he was Mizvada on it, but every time that he's Mizvada, he becomes better. He becomes better. And he becomes better, so it's a bigger avla that what he did. Before he was Mizvada, and he was a partial to you, a lower level. So a lower level, it's acceptable, but you come into a higher level, it's not acceptable anymore. So maybe if he's there, besides that, he says over here that maybe he did an Aveda. He says, you say, who says he did an Aveda on Yom Kippur? So I'm saying another husband that that he did Shuvah by Shachas is a Gavaran, a higher level person. Became a higher level person, but so now we look back at his record, we said for him, it's not fit already. So it's a different type. So that's the shot that Ash Shuvaton, because now talking you did Shuvah a whole day, but maybe you became an Odom Choshev, but maybe so there's a higher conduct that's expected, a higher standard that's expected of him. So yes, Shuvah, that's something that Rabbi Rashab's answer. Okay. Now, he says, so this is, till now he explained that why you do vidu by mincha. By mincha, Yom Kippur by mincha, sure, it's not Yom Kippur yet. So it's all because he says now it's sort because maybe you wouldn't get to do it later because by Sudma Sekas you overdo it. But now he says as a V'yeshem, some say Shazman mitzvahs vidu min adin hu koydem hascholos zman hakapara dehainu imcha shecha. Before he said that when it becomes night, now he's saying it should be before it becomes night.
As it's coming out.
Kedei sheyikones sheyichnes u'yom b'tshuva v'yehei shuhus lachtei ben havidu lascholas zman hakapara. It says a little bit. That's why I say we do a vidu
One extra time.
one extra time between the Sudam of Sekas and Ma'ariv. Elo shechosh chachamim, again the same svara. The chacham choshes shema yereloi dvar takala kilkala besuda. V'lo yuchel uzvadais imcha shecha v'kach tiknu l'izvadais b'mincha. It's another reason why we do it by mincha. The Ava Pisha Zvada by mincha, again, Chayzim Zvada im Chashecha, Shuik is manat filim min adin. Why? Shema Yidol Zvada Veda, Acha mincha. The Ava Pisha Zvada im Chashecha, Chayzim Zvada b'tfilis Havas. Ubachol tfilis Shayim, Ufisha Bevadai Gam b'Yom HaKippurim Asmai, Chayiv was Vadas, B'Vosha B'Tshuva Shreima. So it could be that's the shot they were saying that Moshe Tshuva Shreima, because it may be that the Tshuva wasn't Shreima. He did Tshuva, it wasn't Shreima. V'Arocha Gesvor Shreima, that you just do it before Mincha and then by Ma'ariv. או מקום הגרול לכל אדם להחמא לעצמה כספור השנייה וכשרויה בין השמושות ממשמרת ובו you see that the בין השמושות is coming is yam v'yis vada. This is the way our minute that we by בין השמושות we also do. בין השמושות is still not Laila. According to the first shot you have to do it when it's Laila. And according to this shot, you do it a little earlier, as Laila is coming.
You're scared that every second someone else he's gonna do an avera. We're doing tshuva the whole time because we're scared that any second he'll do another avera.
It could be that because maybe he did an avera, and it could be that the tshuva wasn't complete. So you try again to make a complete tshuva. Kishayachad mizvada, when a yachad does the vidu, because then we said that the chazan also does the vidu when by chazaras hashatz. Ben betfilas mincha shel erev yom kippurim. By tfilas mincha shel the chazan doesn't. And ben be'av b'shachas Musaf mincha neila sheyem kippurim, hu mizvada ach asher gama tzilase. It's at the end of the Shemon Esrei. Koydem she'oka raga, before he backs out backward. Ava shriya si b'ayma avidu v'yem kippurim b'toicha tefillah. He says it in the middle of the davening. Ava tefillah mincha shel erev yom kippurim. Ein Ashriyat Si B'Chayze Es Avidu, the Koram. Over there, the Chazan repeats the Shemona Esrei, but he doesn't repeat the actual Vidu, because the Kivur Shaitikna Vidu B'Mincha Mishum Chash Shema Yara Davar Takal B'Suda is just like a reserve. Really, it's not the Zman of Vidu. Being that's not the Zman of Vidu, Ashriyat Si B'Shaitikna Avidu B'Mincha El Mishum Chash Shema Yara Davar Takal B'Suda V'Ashriyat Si B'Eina Malsa Es Atfilah Ella Kedei L'Hoitzi Es Mi She'eina Bokim. What's the reason for Chazaras Hashatz? That the that they do. So is there for Rotzu Chacham was talking Shiyasu Shivas Avidu Shema because maybe Yeret Vakakala, but Mishaina Baki, Shemu Otim Hain, Shaina Bakiyam. In other words, really the whole Chazos Hashatz is really not necessary. Why do we do Chazos Hashatz? To be mighty people that maybe they don't know how to daven. So it's not common. Maybe there are some. So to go and repeat the beat also when you're not mechuyev. When you're mechuyev, so we repeat it for the possibility that there's someone there that can't do it. But when you're not mechuyev, we don't repeat it to just out of suffix. Im poret es chatov el omastam chatosi is yotze yidei mitzvahs vidu. The achet that we say is a whole bunch of things up here, olive based. We're saying it's not necessary to do all those things that we enumerate. Just to say chatosi. It's better to spell out the chet. Sheyem osisi kach v'kach. Mipnei shayidei kain hu mizbayish yosem. In other words, when he mentioned the chet, so it's more embarrassing to him. Ufnei HaKadosh Baruch Hu mechatov u'mischaret aleim ma'im mekribay. So he does. It's a more serious tshuva that he'll do when he talks about the actual thing that he did wrong.
What if he did something wrong that doesn't say in the siddur?
It says all of them. We just have different versions to the same thing.
It's going to say here later that if you know something that you can spell it out, you have to spell it out. It's a separate thing. That right, you'll still see right now. באמת דברים אמורים בחטא שאינו מפורסם, that's not popular. אבל חטא המפורסם הרבים, מותר לפרסם ברבים, אפילו בקוראים, because everyone knows about it, so it's no Lashon Hara.
Not secret.
ומכל מקום, אין חייבה לפרט בקוראים, אלא יפרטנו ברחש עם יצא. Some say that the pshat over here is because you're not supposed to speak Lashon Hara even about yourself. The famous story with the Chofetz Chaim, that somebody came to Radin. You heard that in Radin there's a big tzaddik over there, Chofetz Chaim, but he didn't know where the Chofetz Chaim lives. So the person that came to Radin, the stranger, he met someone in the street, and he asked the stranger, "Do you know where the tzaddik lives?" So he starts saying, "Tzaddik? Who's the tzaddik? You know?" So I mean, the tzaddik. Everyone knows that there's a tzaddik. You know, this went on. So he got the person got angry that he's talking against the Chofetz Chaim, and he smacked him. Okay. Then later, he found the home where the Chofetz Chaim lives. So he came there, and he realized that the person that he smacked in the street for not talking properly about the Chofetz Chaim was the Chofetz Chaim. So he felt very much embarrassed and began to apologize. So the Chofetz Chaim said to him, "You don't have to apologize." He said, "Why not?" He said, "Because you taught me a lesson. You taught me that you're not supposed to speak Lashon Hara even about yourself." Okay? The same thing over here also. He's saying that everyone knows about it, you know, still, you don't have to talk about yourself. He just said now that you shouldn't say loud your kabeirah. It's affect our kasha now. When we say achet shel this and this and this. You know, he says, "Umash I'm achet al seder alabeis." We say achet. So you mefaret your chatoim. And he just said before that you shouldn't be mefaret your chatoim. You should say belachash. Ein zu nikra peiret chatoim. Hoyel b'hakol aimim b'shavah. Everyone says it, so it's like it doesn't mean that you do it. It's ein ella benusach hatfilah. It's just the lefichach mutar loim v'kol ram.
So that means everybody has to say it together?
No, but everyone says the same thing, so it's not like you're pointing out that I did this different than anybody else. Everybody says the same thing.
That's the nusach.
Yeah.
It's like instead of I, it's like saying we. We did wrong. Say the Havidah ba'achatoyim, she'onu chayav m'reim oila, v'rakach chatas. There's first there's the chatoyim, the individual chat, and then there's a section, achet she'otonim, chayiv such a kolm, chayiv such a kolm. So the seder is, the first you say chayiv oila, and then you say chatas. V'achakach kom oigel b'yoyed. That's another type of kom. Oigel b'yoyed means a kom that has a price scale. That's so if you can't afford to bring a behemoth, you could bring 2 birds. If you can't afford the birds, you could bring a cake. V'achakach oshem v'adai v'tohu. Oshem v'adai means if someone alpitoyes mixed up chaylev and shuman. Shuman is kosher fats and chaylev is treifah fats. And he ate it, so he brings an osham. Whereas if someone is not sure, did he eat chaylev? He's not sure. He remembers they were both on the table, but he doesn't remember what exactly he ate. So then he brings an osham tohu. So he's saying now that the reason why we're saying this order of the Rabbanos will be Shekach Sidurim Akravim Akabonos B'Parshas Vayikra. Because it's not necessarily according to the order of Cheshivas of the Korban.
It's an order of what was learned.
Because a chatas comes first and then comes an oil. V'achakach you say she'onu she'yav maleim makas madas v'achakach makas aboim v'achakach misvudei shemayim. So we're going up. We're going from lower, keep going higher. Makas madas means, some say it means makas midrabanan, and some say it means 13 makas. And then makas aboim, the full count. V'achakach misvudei shemayim, v'achakach kodesh v'ariri, v'achakach abba misvus beden. So why over there do we go? He's explaining the order. So he's saying that when it comes to the kabbonos, we list the kabbonos according to the way it's written in the Torah in Chumash. When we're talking about Einshim, so we go the lower Einish and we keep going up higher and higher. Kitzarach avakesh al kal tchila, v'arakach moisef v'haylach k'moshe yisbar b'semetav kufay beis. Okay, so that explains the order of the kabbonos and the order of the Einshim. So now he says in Zion, Yay meloshin kapara lachatayim, meloshin mechil la'avaynes, meloshin slicha l'pashim. You know, when we say the achet, so we talk over that. There's like a summation by each group. So you have chatayim and avaynes and pshoyim. Chatoim is a lighter sin. Then Peshoim is worse, and Zdoinus is even worse. It doesn't mean you intentionally did it wrong. So it said, for when you're asking for kapara, you should say Chatoim. Mechila is forgiveness. That's a higher level. Is for avoidance. And slicha means wiping the slate, that you don't, as though you did nothing wrong. For Pashim, ki achet kal me'oven, that's why you say kapara. But oven kal mi pesha, that's why you say mechila. V'kapara gedola me ha-mechila. V'mechila gedola me ha-slicha. V'firach hachet hu meskaper, v'nimcha ha'oven, v'nisrach ha-pesha. V'tzorach l'zvadas me'umad. When you say the vidu, you have to be standing, even though it's after the Shemona Esrei. It's like at the end. It's at the end of the Shemona Esrei, but still, it is still the Shemona Esrei. But you may think that when I finish Shemona Esrei, I can sit down now. I finished already. So he says, the tzarech l'zvadas me'umad, v'ficha la'yismach al davar. He shouldn't lean on something, be'inyan, to the extent she'im Yinoto Oisa Dabar Shehu Samech Olav, if the thing that is leaning on will be taken away, Hayu Neifel. Another, what's the sign if the person is standing? The Chaydi you see standing on his feet. So it could be he's standing on his feet, it's not considered standing.
But he's leaning.
So it depends that if you're leaning, and without the support that you have, you wouldn't be able to stand on the feet, you'd fall down. Commercial name of Simon is by Simon Tavka Pehei, Rosh Hashanah. The type Rischos is good to bend a little bit. Be'ez Havidu, Kamay b'maidim, like by maidim. In other words, not the bending like when you start Shemona Esrei, you bend your knees and then you bend your head. By maidim, you just bend your head. So he's saying that it should be bent like by maidim, that you should just be a little bent. Kedei vada is bachno gedola. Ukeshem is vada. One is saying achet. Yaka be'egrayfei. He should have a fist, and with the fist, he should knock al halev. Why al halev? Klaima ato geramtu liachet. Why did you do the chet? Because the lave is chayma, the lave wants it. So the push is that it's all your fault, you caused it. V'yesh naigim l'hakas al chaza mitam ha'idur lahem. That's a pika bola. He doesn't say the reason. Okay. Now he says, so he went through now all the viduyim that the person does. He says, Apapi she his vada b'tfilas lachash, even though the person had the vision in the Shtil Shemona Esrei did the vidu, Apapi came kishashliach tziva magia levidu tzorach lachzor b'lamed u'lizvadash. That's what we do. We do again the vidu together with the chazan. U'bevidu zeh ein tzorach lefaret hachet. So that's enough. You know, it will be enough. You don't have to say, You don't have to say everything what the Chazal said.
No, we do say it, but you
We
don't
do
have
say
to,
it.
yeah.
But Ashoy Leisha Akakach, if he said, Anachta Chatoim, Anachta Chatonu, you can sit down. When we call Makom, Ein Gedabe B'Shor Shriya Sib'Levada, it doesn't mean that it's a time to shmooze, but to listen and go along. Avoyna she'eschaper, his vada alein b'yem kippurim she'ava, if he did last year, Apo Pishakwa Neschaper, Kippur's Mechaper, so he was forgiven. Apo became Yochel Rauza, Ufertem Bevido. V'loyoid, שהחויזה ומפרתם הרי זה משובח. שנאמר שאין פוסבר, התוסי נגדי סומר, קיימה, אני סובר, I think, שכפרת לי, you gave me, והרי הוא תומת כאילו, הוא עומד כנגדי. It's like I said before, because being that he's a better level, a higher level, so it's more demanded from him. Okay, from Sada Agra. Okay.
Thank you.